There we go. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Now we're live. Okay. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome to the show. This is GVS. It is May 23rd, and we got more Game 2's coming your way, so let's talk about them. Sorry, I totally, when I was streaming the game the other day, because of to get the music to come through, I needed to delete the music so that it would just be the game, but I forgot to put it back. Again, we're professionals around here. We know what we're doing. I'm glad you guys are here. Let's talk about a couple things. Let's do, why not? Let's just go around the horn. Let's look at some of the, big news that we can get from some of the, let's look at ESPN. Let's see what ESPN's saying. There's not a lot of big stuff that's going on right now. With the MLB, everything's kind of still the same. None of the games have started because it is a Friday slate. So a lot of the games where, we have games on at noon and stuff. Like the only game that's been playing today is the Red Sox and the Baltimore game. Red Sox are leading 8-3. Let's move now to the NBA. Any big news coming out? Juiced after MVP. SGA hangs 38 on the Wolves. Yes, we did talk about that the other day. Malone clears the air. Jokic, not SGA, my MVP choice. Okay, we did talk about that a little bit. We'll give our preview and our prediction to the Pacers versus Knicks series. Let's see if there's anything going on in the NFL. Nope. We already talked about the Lions and how Hutchinson's has been cleared for a full return. NHL, anything big going on in the NHL? Islanders hiring Darch from Lightning as new GM. Okay, we'll see where that goes, and we'll see how far that goes. I can't confidently say anything as to why, that might work, why that might not work. I don't know. Well, I would guess wasn't he the dude? Wasn't he the dude when they won it a couple years back? Let's go now. Let's check one more place. Because I got about two sources. My two sources. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yep. We saw that one. So let's have that one be the one we talk about. Let's first start this out by saying that we saw, and I did see it a little bit. We're waiting a little bit longer for confirmation on if Aaron Rodgers is going to go play with the Steelers and stuff. That was the thing that was covered a little bit, and my reaction and my thoughts on it is, yep, we're just going to wait a little bit longer. Like, if you've been following the Aaron Rodgers story and what's taking Aaron so long to sign with the Steelers, I mean, he's worked out with DK Metcalf. He's had a meeting with the Steelers, and then, there was no final verdict. Then we heard about Derek Carr's injury, and maybe he might go to the Saints. Truth is, Aaron Rodgers can still throw the football, whether you like him or not. And so it was just a matter of time on when he would be on a team. Because you look at all 32 teams, there are a lot of rookies that Rodgers is still better than. There's a lot of veteran guys that Rodgers is still better than. Whether we want to admit it or not, that's up to you to decide, the viewer. But, if he said he's not going to sign anything till after OTAs. So we're all overreacting in March, expecting him to pull a Russell Wilson, where he's doing high knees on the plane over to Pittsburgh and, throwing with the guys at 6 a.m. in the middle of March. He's not going to do that. He's 40 what? He's not. So I think, plus, football, it doesn't start to get serious till mini camps in the middle of the summer anyways. So no hate on Rodgers for wanting to just take his time getting back. Could it be a distraction for an organization? Yes. But that's up to the organization to handle that and deal with it. Because it's like, if you want your guys here, you want your guys here. If you don't care, then guess what? It's not a problem to you. It doesn't matter what all of us on social media say about, you're terrible, you're a locker room, you're a vampire, you're sucking the soul out of this place. They don't care. They're still going to sign him on the dotted line for millions of dollars. And right now, I think the Saints would greatly benefit from having Rodgers if he were to sign with them. And I think also the Steelers would benefit to have signed with him. He's not going to go to the Browns because there's already 5 quarterbacks in that room. He's not going to go to the Giants because we already know what the future is for the Giants. It's Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is the future. I think Wilson and Winston might split the reps for the first 6 weeks, but then after week 6, week 7, if the Giants are sitting at 2-4, no need to wait any longer. Throw Dart out there. Let's see what happens, because that's just how it is. Like, Wilson's on his way out. Jameis Winston's on his way out. These guys have, Wilson especially, because it's astonishing to see the decline of Wilson. But like, Jameis Winston was always a journeyman in the NFL, and so I think Jameis Winston will be in the NFL a lot longer than Russell Wilson, just because of the fact that Winston has been a backup, and he's been a pretty good backup. So he'll get you the game wins when you need him. But yeah, those guys are going to transition out of the league. It's interesting because Carr probably had another maybe 2-3 more years, but then, you know, with the shoulder thing, he decided to retire in the middle, you know. So that happened. So now you're looking at a quarterback room with little to no experience at the NFL level. And so it just happens. It happens. And so now we're sitting, huh? 1 sec. What? In my room. Hold on, people. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry. Okay, we're good here. We're back. Again, we're a professional programmer around these parts, people. But I was leaving it off on Aaron Rodgers, and I was talking about the Saints on how they could sincerely, like, they could benefit from that kind of veteran presence, considering who you have still in the quarterback room, and to expect Tyler Shuck or Spencer Rattler or Heiner or even hell Taysom Hill, to expect them to go out and win a division and to expect them to have 9-10 win season, I think it's a little bit too much to ask. And so I think the Saints would greatly, I think having Rodgers in the building would definitely make the Saints a little bit better, because he's one of those quarterbacks. Whether the stats speak for, or the win columns speak for itself. Like, there was a lot going on with the Jets, which is why they were kind of pretty bad. So to put all the blame on Rodgers on why the Jets stunk, it's a little much of a reach. And that's not just me sounding like a shill, where it's like, oh no, he can do no wrong. No, there were some pretty There were a couple games last season where, yeah, he played like a 40-year-old and he played like shit. But, there's other games where it's like, damn, okay, maybe you still got it. But again, plus when you're new coach, new system, kind of a rookie all over again, even though you've been in the league forever, because you were with McCarthy, then you were with LaFleur, and now you were with Saleh, and then the interim head coach. So it, just got to pick and choose your battles. So I think as we wait and we sit on, okay, is Aaron Rodgers going to be a Steeler? Yeah, I think he's going to be a Steeler. We're just going to wait until OTAs are over. And let me double check. Let's look online. Let's see when OTAs are over. Yeah, mandatory minicamp is from June 10th through 12th. So he needs to, well, actually the Steelers. Yeah, Steelers mandatory minicamp June 10th through 12th. So he does all these OTA off-season workouts from May 27th to the 29th and June 3rd through the 5th. He doesn't need to be there. He's 40, so that's just me just saying the quiet part, because everybody's like, oh, he's not there, he's not gonna play. He's gonna play football this fall. All right. All right. Sorry, wrong. Don't know why I'm coughing all of a sudden. Okay, college football, no big news. We did talk about the seedings and stuff, and I gave my reaction and my prediction to that. And it comes down to, I think the outcome would have still been the same. I still think that Texas would have lost to Ohio State. I still think Ohio State would have gotten all the way to the national championship, and they would have either played Oregon or Notre Dame, because I don't think Notre Dame versus Penn State, now that we've reseeded and done, I think the game still would have had the same outcome that it did when we saw them back in January. So, yeah. National championship would have been between the Irish and Buckeyes, or the Ducks and the Buckeyes. And I have there's a lot of me that can't sit here and go, oh yeah, I'm confident after seeing what happened to Oregon, seeing what happened to Notre Dame, being like, oh yeah, I 1,000% Ohio State's not winning. They're going to lose to Texas. They're going to lose to Georgia. I can't sit here and say it. Okay. All right. The NFL. We talked about the NFL. Okay, let's move now into our previews for the NBA. We remember where we left off last game, where the Pacers they just stormed back in the final couple minutes. OG missed some of his free throws. That gave the shot, opened the door wide open for Halliburton to, have the last shot, last day of the game. His foot was on the line, so instead of a 3, it was a 2. We saw it bounced up and then came back down. And then, given the Reggie Miller choke, the Knicks choked game 1. They did, considering how much they were up by. But I think this game is where the Knicks bounce back. I really do. I think the Knicks are kind of above average at home. Overall, they're 27-14 in Madison Square Garden. And I just towards the tail end of the game, how the Knicks just got the yips there towards the end and blew the stinking game. I'd lean just towards the Knicks trying to find a way bounce back in game 2. Right now, with the little cool circle and stuff, Pacers are favored 51% to the Knicks 48%. I think they're riding on the momentum of, Indiana's going to do exactly what they did to the Cavs. I don't think that, though. I think the Knicks find a way, because Brunson's going to have a 35-point game tonight. It's who else is going to show up for the Knicks. Where's Cat? What's Cat going to do? What is Hart going to do? What is who else? Who else has to show up for this team? Let's look at game 1. Let's see who didn't show up in game 1. Let's go to the box score. OG had a good game. Mikal Bridges had a good game. Like, both of them had 16 points. Josh Hart had 8. So it's like, okay. Jalen Brunson had 43. So Cat had 35. Let's look at the bench. Cameron Payne had 6. Mitchell Robinson had 2. So it's like, Cameron Payne, Josh Hart, and Mikal Bridges. Like, hey, step up. Let's have a little bit more. Because, I think, again, it was a 3-point loss, 135 to 138. OG sinks those free throws. This game doesn't go to OT. So, I don't know. I think the Knicks can bounce back, though. Definitely bounce back. I don't think it'd be a blowout, but I definitely think this is going to be another second half game. Fourth quarter is probably where it's all going to happen, all the magic. But I'd lean towards the Knicks, even this series, at 1 apiece. And then for the NHL, because we saw what happened in the NHL. So we got the Stars versus the Oilers. Game 2. Right now, Dallas leads the series after their comeback in Game 3, where they were up 3-1, weren't they? Let me double check what Edmonton was up by. They were up 3-1. So Bouchard just buried one in the back of the net. They buried 2. Nugent Hopkins and Bouchard both had one within like a 2-minute game time to make it 3-1. But then as we roll into the third period, Miro Heiskanen, Mikael Granlund, Matt Duchene, like 3-1 to 3-2, then 3-3, then 3-4, then 3-5, and then just from there, a 5-goal. One of them was an empty netter. I'll just kind of throw that away. But 5-goal performance for the Stars as they come back, complete the comeback, and just bury them 6-3. I think the Oilers can definitely bounce back in this upcoming game, just because the Stars are good at home, but also like it could go either way. It really could, and I think I can't say the same thing about the Hurricanes and the Panthers, because that game and that series has kind of just turned into its own weird thing. But with the Stars and the Oilers, I've seen both teams be really good, and I've seen both teams be really bad, both on the road and at home. And I'm thinking and I'm wondering who's on net. Who's going to be on net for the Oilers tonight? Let's double check. No news. No, nothing. No, nothing too crazy. Just talking about the collapse and how, how Coach Chris Knoblich became the master of the mid-series adjustments. Yeah, you think Skinner, they left LA down 2-0, and then he put Picard in, and then so I think they'll figure out a way. Plus, when you got McDavid, you got a shot, you got a chance. Didn't he have a goal in the last game too? Let me double check. No, Draisaitl made it 1-0. Then Nugent Hopkins, then Bouchard made it 3-1. But okay, so okay. I see what's going on here. So I think McDavid introduces himself into this Western Conference Final tonight. I think he could have a goal. Now, the type of game that this might be, I don't think the Oilers do something like what the Panthers did, and what the Panthers have done on the road, where they just blow teams out of the water. That's not what's going to happen in this game. I think the trajectory and kind of the feeling and the vibes is when the Oilers have won on the road or Dallas has won at home, how have these games kind of played out? Close. These have been close games. And so I would say, we saw it with the Oilers in Vegas. I have a feeling that this could be an overtime game where it's, I'm not going to say, it could be high scoring, but like we're going into OT with the score 3-3 or 2-2. And then we have a little bit of a McDavid-Draisaitl magic where in turn now it's Draisaitl feeding it over to McDavid. McDavid puts it in the back of the net, pass Ottinger. Oilers win 4-3, move back to Edmonton with the series tied at 1 apiece. So I have a feeling that the Oilers are going to bounce back, and just kind of even the odds here and even the series up, because Dallas, I think with home ice as an advantage, Dallas can definitely be a more like, oh my gosh, but like Oilers know how to win on the road too, and they have won. And so I think this series, definitely after Game 4, I could see it being 2-2, and no better way for this thing to get to the potential of being 2-2 with other than the Oilers winning tonight, making the series 1-1. Oilers winning Game 3, making it 2-1, and then and not going down 3-1 in a series. Stars fight back, beat the Oilers, in Edmonton in Game 4, make this 2-2 headed to Game 5. So if we're going that direction with how I think this series might go, because both of these teams are very evenly matched, this is where it has to happen. This is where it has to happen. This is a game where it has to happen. So I think also I don't think we've seen status in games. Here we go. Injury report. Ekholm is still out. Estimated return date May 25th. So Ekholm could be coming back. That's going to be a big impact. Let's see. And then Picard, if they need him, Pickard. If this thing gets out of hand and they need to go back to him, they need to at least try to, stay in this thing till May 29th. So we'll see. So I got Edmonton tonight. I think Edmonton can win this thing. Let's see what else we got. More sports. UFL. Anything crazy in the UFL? Let's see the UFL. 2 pro football seasons in 1 year. The quote unheard of pursuit of some NFL hopefuls. Okay. Nothing too crazy. Let's see some scores and some games coming up. Oh, hello. We got a game tonight. 5 p.m. Battlehawks versus the Brahmas. The Brahmas are shit, dude. The Brahmas are 1-7. Brahmas have had a very rough season. Give me the Battlehawks. I think the Battlehawks win. And then out of Saturday's game with the Renegades and Showboats, give me the Renegades. Arlington's kind of struggled this year too. And then Panthers and Stallions, that's going to be a big game. That's going to be at noon. Mañana. I think Panthers and that one's tough. That one's tough. I don't know who's going to win that one. And then I have the Roughnecks and the Defenders. I'll take the Defenders. I still kind of, like when you look at the standings and how things are seeded, I think the Defenders and Battlehawks definitely going to go represent the XFL in their XFL championship game. But then with Michigan and Birmingham, I think both of them can stay in. Well, actually, okay, no, that's what it's going to be, because as you look, Houston's been eliminated, Memphis has been eliminated. So we have the Final Four. It's just who's going to be the home teams. I don't think Birmingham... Have they played each other? Stallions. Wait. Panthers and Stallions. Have the Panthers and Stallions played each other? Let me look. Nope. Week 3. Nope. They play each other in week 2. The Panthers and the Stallions have played each other, and the Stallions won back in week 2. Stallions 21, Panthers 12. So then when we fast forward, I don't know. It could be anybody's game. It could be anybody's game. So, all right, then there we'll do that. Okay. All right, people. We are gonna end the stream there. Let me check one more spot. See if we got any other big stories. Hello? Come on. Could NFL players actually win flag football gold? Yes, I think they can. Oh, I did see this. I saw this while I was scrolling. That somebody threw something out where it's like, I want to see Tom Brady be the not the head coach, the quarterback for the Olympics. Have him get just one more accomplishment, which is a gold medal. And USA 12 jerseys would just sell like hotcakes. I kind of agree. Like, I think flag football and regular football, they're two totally different sports. But I do think, like, Tom Brady, even though he's 53 years old, is he 50? Did I actually say? Okay, let's make this joke. Okay, he's 83 years old. Okay, but I still think he could throw the ball around the yard. And I still think Team USA could dominate with him at quarterback. Because, again, the checkdowns, the screen, the wheel routes, no pressure from a defense. Yeah, I think Tom Brady could definitely do some numbers on that. And yeah, let's see. We got any other... Nope, we don't have any other things. We'll call it there. We're about 2-3 hours away from predictions and games starting. The first game that's going to start tonight is... Oh, they're both going to start at 5. Okay. All right. Okay, people on the shorts end, we're going to do a hard out. All right. Okay. We'll end the stream there. We got some videos coming up for, let me tell you the schedule we got going on here. Let's move that over. Okay. So, some of what we got going on today is I have a playoff prediction video about the Panthers. That's going to come out today. A little bit later today, in fact, in 10 minutes. Look at that. Perfect timing. But I have a video on the Eagles tush push coming out, and then I have to find out when to release some of these, because we got reactions to the Thunder game last night, the Panthers game last night, so both of those need to release. The 12-team playoff reaction, so we got some of those videos coming out, which again, those are they'll eventually come out. But it's like, when do we post them? Because it's like, I don't know, like, it was just a little late day, you know what I mean? So, all right, guys, we're gonna end the stream though. We're gonna end it there. I gave all my thoughts and reactions. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to be on the lookout for the Panthers going back to back and the tush push video, because those are gonna come out today. And then maybe later tonight, I'll throw it for maybe 5 o'clock. Yeah, that's what we could do. 5 o'clock. Let's schedule this for 5 o'clock. My thoughts on the 12-team playoff bracket, because what they did is, a lot of people were complaining after the Buckeyes just beat the hell out of the Ducks on, oh, this is so unfair for the Ducks. Well, yes, but at the same time, Ohio State was winning the national championship either way. It didn't matter who they were going through. The fact was they were going to get there. And I think some ideas that could work along with just doing a straight 12 seed is, you could, hold on, let me check something here. Oh, I see where the music's at. Okay, we'll turn it up just a little bit. With the 12 seed, with the straight 12 seed of like, no, 1 through 12, we're not rearranging, even if you have a conference win, is, shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh, is the first four that get a bye, that get to sit out, Arizona State, Boise State, Oregon, and Georgia, is after the first round. A lot of people were talking about reseeding it. I like that idea, but again, we're kind of picking favorites on Oregon. We just saw the Buckeyes kick Tennessee's ass. We want to play favorites. We'll actually have Ohio State go play Arizona State. We'll have Ohio State go play Georgia. It would seem like teams, committees, they're picking on, oh, you know what? We just watched, Texas and Clemson, and so we're going to have that winner go play Georgia. And we're going to go pick on them because we want Georgia. Like, you see what I mean? Like, it kind of made sense, but it didn't at the same time. I don't think reseedings should do stuff, because they do that for the NFL, and that has happened in the NFL. I think it should be numerically kind of like how the NBA and the NHL have been, where no, the 1 overall is up here and the 2 overall is down here, and then we just, because if we get an upset, kind of like how the 7 seed, the 7 seed Warriors beat the 2 seed Rockets, the Warriors shouldn't be punished by then getting thrown up and having to play the Thunder in the second round. It should have worked out the way it did, which is, no, have them go play the T-Wolves, because the T-Wolves upset the Lakers. Like, have it seeded like that. And I think that's probably going to be the indicator on how these seedings work out in the future, where the teams that do get, all the not praise, but the teams that dominate the regular season, like how the Ducks dominated the regular season, like how Arizona State, there after the Utah upset halfway through October, just turned it on to another gear, where then they beat Kansas State, then they beat BYU, then they beat Iowa State in the Big 12. Like, the teams that hit their stride at the right moment should be rewarded for it, versus teams that sneak in backdoor off of a conference loss like SMU, who is the Clemson, Indiana, like just not like last teams in, where it's like, hey, you're the last ones in, we're filling out these last final spots, 11, 10, and 9. Like, yeah, those, the teams that had a better season, because Oregon did have a better season than Indiana. Penn State, I wouldn't say had a better season than Ohio State, but like, I would say yes, we should favor and reward Clemson, Arizona State, Georgia, and Oregon because of the season that they had, wins and losses, and conference championships. I know not a lot of people might not like that, but I mean, it is what it is. And even if it was this certain way and it went different, we still know Ohio State would have won the national championship. But again, that's neither here nor there. We'll end the stream here, guys. So stay tuned for post-game reaction. We'll do post-game reaction when we're done with the game. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get KNICKS winning tonight, and we get the Oilers winning tonight. Like I do think with both of these series, like both of these teams and both of these series, like they just seem like, okay, these can go 7 because they have the teams that are built to bounce back. Like there's no clear heavy favorite. Like between the Canes and the Panthers, we knew the Panthers were favorites. Like we knew, okay, they're defending Cup champs. They just beat Toronto in 7. Like we knew who the better team was. And then out of the Thunder and the T-Wolves, we knew it was going to be the Thunder. We knew because they had been the better team. And so it just made sense that they were more favored. So anyways, we'll end the stream there, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like button so you know where to come back to for sports. And yeah, catch you in the next stream.